All right. Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive.
Absolutely. Always ready to dig into some interesting market trends.
Well, today we're looking at Rivian, the electric vehicle maker.
Yeah, they've been making some headlines lately.
Exactly. There's this MarketWatch article that really caught my eye. It's all about their stock performance and what it could mean, for the bigger picture of the EV market.
Yeah, I think what's interesting to me is how Rivian seems to be not just surviving, but actually kind of thriving
Right.
in what's still, a pretty volatile landscape for EV companies.
Oh, absolutely. And the article really digs into this.
Yep.
The headlines all about them exceeding delivery expectations, which, boom, sends their stock way up.
It's pretty impressive.
Especially, I think, when you kind of contrast that with how Tesla's been doing recently.
Yeah, it's a good point. They've had, well, let's just say a less stellar performance.
Yeah. Maybe we'll save that deep dive for another day. But I think what you said is key. It's not just about the numbers, right?
Right.
When Rivian exceeds these delivery expectations, it's like it sends a signal.
Totally, yeah.
It tells investors like, hey, we've got the production capacity and the demand is there. People want these cars.
Yeah, and that they can actually scale up to meet that demand.
Exactly, which at the end of the day is what investors really want to see. Like,
Yeah.
can you actually deliver on your deliveries?
Literally deliver, yeah.
And this is all happening, of course, with this end of component shortage thing the article keeps mentioning.
Right.
Can you remind us what that whole situation was about and how it really impacted Rivian?
Yeah, so, remember the whole global chip shortage?
Oh, yeah.
It was hitting basically every industry, but it was a particular pain point for EV companies,
Oh,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
Because they rely so heavily on all those sophisticated electronics.
Yeah, all the tech that goes into it.
Exactly. So for Rivian to not only kind of weather that storm, but to actually, exceed expectations in spite of it,
Right.
I think that really speaks volumes about their ability to innovate and adapt.
For sure. For sure. So they're tackling this huge challenge, but one thing that struck me is the article doesn't really give us any specific delivery numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
Any thoughts on why they might be leaving that out?
Yeah, it could be strategic, right? Like maybe they don't want to give away too much information, keep the competitors guessing a little bit.
Ooh, playing it close to the vest.
Exactly. Or, maybe they just want to emphasize the bigger picture. Like, look, we're on an upward trajectory. We're beating expectations. That's the main takeaway.
And that makes me wonder, because it is interesting they leave that out. Like, what else is playing into this stock surge?
Right.
Is it just about deliveries, or are there like other things that are, boosting investor confidence?
Yeah, I think it's probably a combination of factors.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, like Rivian isn't, just competing on delivery numbers. They're really going after a very specific kind of market segment.
Yeah.
Those, adventure enthusiasts, the people who want electric vehicles that are rugged and capable.
Right.
Like their marketing and branding, they really lean into that.
Yeah, it's a very different vibe.
Yeah.
Like compared to, say, Tesla's, more tech-focused image.
It is. It's a different approach.
Like they've got those, super distinctive trucks and SUVs, and they're really like pushing the boundaries with battery range and off-road capabilities. I actually saw a Rivian truck on the road the other day, and it's definitely a head turner.
Totally. And I think that brand recognition, that buzz, that definitely plays into how investors perceive them. It's not just about what they're making today. It's about what they could become.
That potential.
Right.
And in a market that, I think everyone agrees is really hungry for more EV alternatives.
For sure.
So this whole conversation, it makes you think about the bigger picture, right? Like, what is Rivian's long-term potential, given everything we've just talked about? How do you see them stacking up against the big players in the EV space?
That's the million-dollar question.
Are they really on track to challenge the status quo?
I think it's tough to say for sure. Right now, it's still early.
Yeah.
But, what they've accomplished so far is pretty remarkable. Like, they're showing a resilience and an adaptability that, frankly, a lot of more established companies would kill for.
Yeah, they're really shaking things up.
They are, and it really begs the question, if Rivian can achieve this level of success in such a short time, what does the future hold, as the EV market keeps evolving and expanding?
Right. What's next?
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how they kind of leverage their strength, right?
Hmm.
Particularly that focus on, adventure and sustainability. They've got to carve out their own space.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because it's only going to get more competitive.
Oh, for sure.
That's a fantastic point, and I think you've given us a lot to chew on here. So for all of you listening, what do you think? Is Rivian's success just, a flash in the pan? Or is it a sign of, really big things to come? Is this the start of something major?
Yeah, weigh in. Let us know.
We'd love to hear your thoughts. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And we'll catch you next time.